Welcome back to another episode of the Highly Anticipated Podcast. I'm your host, Josh Raphael, and I have with me today Will Young.
Your
And look,
boy.
this is home of the most entertaining and the most fun sports content that you're going
Not
to
gonna
get.
get better than this.
So, look, tune in
Facts.
every single week. We got the best for you. This
Uh-huh.
episode, we're going to talk about NFL. So, if you a football guy, football girl, football whatever, this
Mhm.
episode's for you.
Go ahead,
We're
tap
gonna
in.
highlight this last weekend's events, between all the NFL drama, all the NFL upsets, things like that, and then we're gonna finish off the show with the NFL awards. So look, the first game I really want to tap into, and I'm sorry for all you cowgirl fans, but we just gotta talk about this Cowboys game, man. Like
Yo.
for a team
Talk- Yo.
for a team that started the season and finished the season so well, like I genuinely thought the Cowboys were gonna make it at least one game, at least win one game. So
I
my
thought for
thing is,
sure.
man, like,
Fact.
are the Cowboys just regular season teams? Like, do you see that the Cowboys will ever at least make it past round one within these next couple years coming up?
They might be at this point. I mean, this is just proving itself, and it's clearly a pattern. So honestly, they might be. But seriously though, do I expect them not to win their division next year? No. I think it's gonna be the same thing next year.
Yeah, that
Um,
that division is fugazi,
it's
literally.
trash unless the Washington
It's
football team
chocolate
or
chips,
whatever name they got drumming up, because I know they got a new name
the
somewhere,
Washington drumsticks, whatever they name it.
whatever it is. But nah, I think they just, I don't know what it is. Zeke, I don't know who, I don't know if that's the same man that was eating a bowl of cereal, the big bowl. I don't know
The
where that is.
Cheerios, the
You said
Wheaties.
I don't know where that is anymore.
He's
I'm not
gone.
sure what's going on with
He's
that.
gone.
Um, Diggs is really a fluke.
No,
Besides,
no, no. I don't look.
eh, listen. Let's be real. All right, all them interceptions. I mean, I could have thrown those to him clearly with ease.
Okay,
Okay,
I
but
I
he's
I
in
get what you.
terms of a lockdown. In terms of a lockdown, he's not.
He's a
He's
ball
not.
hawk,
He gets burnt. He's a ball hawk, and I
and he
respect
does
that.
get burned. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, but what corner does not get burnt? In order for him to get those many interceptions, he has to gamble. I mean, is it
I
ideal for
get
him to
that.
do that? Is it ideal? Probably not. But the fact that he finished this season with 11 interceptions, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say he's
Could
better
listen.
than Jalen Ramsey. But right
Kudos to him.
now, Trayvon Diggs is a top five corner in this league right now, no question. Like, how can you
In
argue with
terms of
11
in
interceptions?
terms of his ball hawk ability, yes. In terms of his coverage, no.
I think he's a
No.
good cover corner. I just think he needs to stop gambling because of the fact that he wants to jump those routes so bad. Because of the fact that he wants those picks so bad, he honestly just gets he's not very disciplined, and I think that's his biggest issue. So people look at that and just say, "Oh yeah, he's not a good corner." He gets burnt a lot, and yeah, he does because of the fact
I'm
that he
not saying he's
gambles.
not a
No,
good
I
corner.
know
I
you're
mean,
not.
it
I know you're
takes
not.
talent to get that many
No, I
interceptions.
know. I know that you're not saying he's a bad corner, but it's just the fact. Like, I just feel like his problem is the fact that he gambles way too much. That is his issue. That is Trayvon Diggs' issue. He gambles way too much. Obviously, this year most of those gambles worked out for him, but obviously, I feel like next year when they start really, now they look at Trayvon Diggs as okay, like he's one of the better corners in this league. They're really gonna start targeting him. They're really gonna start hitting him with a lot of
They
double.
already target
No,
him.
but in terms of
Why do you think he gets so many
but in
interceptions?
terms of I'm saying, like, in terms of double moves and everything, they're really gonna start looking at all the flaws of his game.
They
Cause
look
look,
they look at him now.
no, I don't think they really scrutinize and look at him like that because of the fact they're still throwing it at him. So clearly
Why?
they don't
Why and
because
why is
clearly
that?
because I
Why?
think they don't
Why?
believe in him yet. They don't believe in him. I
If
do
I
believe that Trayvon Diggs is going to be a good corner, like a great corner, a lockdown corner. He
if
needs
I'm
to
an
stop
elite
gambling.
if I'm an elite defender on the basketball court, would the coach continuously call ISOs to come at me?
But this is Trayvon
I'm
Diggs'
asking.
first. No,
Why?
he wouldn't do that. But this is
No.
Trayvon Diggs'
Why? Because
first.
that would be stupid.
Look, my thing is clearly I feel like you said, you know, you don't think like Trey, you think he's a good corner, but I don't think you think he's a lockdown corner, which okay,
No.
he may not be locked down right now. But like you don't see people throwing the ball at Jalen Ramsey a lot. Why? Because he's
Mm-mm.
cemented himself over the years as one of the top corners in the league. And
Indeed.
I feel like a lot of people believe that Trayvon Diggs is still like I believe a lot of people think he's a fluke. A lot of people think that he's a fluke. I don't think he's a fluke.
I'm not convinced
He
yet.
just
No.
I think he needs to just literally polish up some things and stop
Hmm.
gambling. You look
Okay.
at a lot of the times he gets beat, it's on double moves. Like it's on literal like in and out. Like it's double moves that he gets beat on because he bites so hard on it. It's not bad coverage. It's just the fact that he bites so hard because he's assuming, okay,
And
like
good.
let's say someone's about to do a curl, right? They do a curl and he probably tries jumping it. So a lot of the times they'll just do a little curl and go, and it's like he's just in no man's land and he can't do anything. So
That sounds like that's his fault.
next year, what he's going to need to do is
Okay.
literally just stop gambling. He stops gambling, I promise you, they're not going to keep throwing the ball at him as much as they do. They're not going to do that anymore. They're just not because he's going to be looked at as one of the premier corners in the league. He just
Okay.
needs to stop gambling. He's
Okay.
what? This was his what second, third year in the league? Like he's still relatively young.
That's
He has a lot
true.
of time.
That's true. All right, then we'll see next year. We'll see next year. You're gonna have to show. You're gonna have to show me something different.
No,
Cause what
I
I
I, I
seen,
agree. I agree.
eh,
I agree with you
I don't
wholeheartedly.
know.
I agree. I mean, like, because a lot of times, you look at the film and you're just like, bro, like, as one of the top corners in the league, you just cannot be getting beat like that. And
Yeah.
I get that, but it just
Yeah.
is about discipline. Once he gets that discipline and he's not so interception happy and he just lets the interceptions come to him,
Hmm.
he's gonna be okay. But even kind of off Trayvon Diggs, the Cowboys should not have lost that game.
Not at all.
They should not have lost that game at all. Like the 49ers are a good team, but I do not believe they're better than the Cowboys. So for the Cowboys to really
From
go
a
out
talent
there,
perspective, I don't think it's close.
it's not at all.
It's not even close.
The Cowboys to me are one of the most talented teams in the league.
Easily.
Easily. If you look at from the O line to the quarterback to
Receiving
their running
core.
backs to their receiver, they honestly probably have a top three, top five receiving core
Easily. I mean,
in the
outside of the
NFL.
Bengals, I mean,
Literally. And
who
you
else
look at
has the
their
best?
defense, like Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs. Like you have so many people on defense, and it's just the fact that you lose that game is
Mm,
I don't know. Like, do you believe that it's the coaching, or what do you think it is that the Cowboys need to do to
I
just
mean,
get past this?
you can always point to things, when something like that happens where you don't snap the ball at time, you can always point to things throughout the game and say, we could have done this better, could have done this. But at the end of the day, they were in position to still score.
No facts.
And you have to, like I said, I mean, they clearly, I don't think there was enough preparation involved. I don't know what it was, but they know that you just can't down the ball yourself, like spot the
Facts.
ball. You know this. I don't know. In practice, you should be going through in the game. It's playoffs. It's
Facts.
playoffs. Like that's just like what the Cowboys did to me is a equivalent of what JR did in the playoffs.
Literally.
Just literally unaware.
But the
Like,
thing
yo,
about the
shoot.
difference between that is in between JR and the Cowboys, JR has, even though they got swept, them boys got another couple games. I mean, obviously
That's
you can't
facts.
afford those. You can't afford those mistakes. Like
You
that's.
can't.
But at the same time, the Cowboys, it's a little worse because it's like there is no other chance. I'm not gonna
That's
be
it.
able to play you in 2 days. You're done. Like you're in Cancun. You're done for the year. So, like you said,
Mm.
in practice, I'm sure they be practicing 2 minute drills. They be practicing all that. That is, I don't want to hear them blaming the referee for that. I'm
And
sorry.
that's
I'm
what killed me
tired
the
of that.
most,
I am
bro.
tired of that.
And I
I'm
knew we
sorry.
all knew Cowboys fans finna do this. Oh, the refs, oh, the flags, oh, da 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 da. Dak talking about kudos to the fans for throwing
Yeah,
trash at the ref. Like, bro, come on, bro.
it's
Come on.
ridiculous.
You can't blame that, bro. None of their stars show up. Their best players didn't show up. None of them.
None of them.
Dak didn't show up. CD didn't show up. Zeke didn't show up. Shoot, Tony Pollard didn't show up.
Laid an egg.
Like,
Literally.
bro, I
Laid
don't
an
know.
egg, man. I mean, look, it's gonna take a lot. I don't know.
They gotta
I
figure it
don't know
out.
what it is. I don't know. A lot of people think it's the coaching. There was a time people thought it was Dak, but it's. I mean, what they finished the year 13-4, I believe. I could be wrong. 12-6. One of them. That's a good season. Like it's not like them boys were
That's a great
dog.
for them. That's a
Yeah,
great
that's a
season.
great season. And you played against the 49ers. You just went to the playoffs
Who's a mid team
and laid
with
an
Nick
egg,
Bosa out with the concussion.
literally, and laid an egg. But
Like,
kind of
bro,
moving past them, moving past the Cowgirls. Let's kind of talk about another team that's in their division. I mean, I'm not really surprised they got waxed like this, but it makes you wonder: is Jalen Hurts the quarterback of the future for the Eagles?
no,
Don't think so. Why not?
no, I don't think so. Not after. And it's tough. Hey, also shout out to all the Eagles fans. That was a tough loss, but I mean, I really do enjoy seeing y'all lose, really, because a lot of Eagles fans they still holding on to that Super Bowl against Tom. Go ahead, let that go, let that go. Okay. Um, but no, I mean, from what I saw on Sunday, and I didn't think, and Jalen he did go on a run towards the end of the season, but just from like when I seen, and don't get me wrong, he is clearly he's a dog to me. I think he's one of the hardest workers, of course. I mean, when he was up at Oklahoma, boy was lifting after the game. So it's no doubt about his work ethic or the work he puts in. But it's not fitting. I mean, what you saw on against the Buccaneers, he couldn't get through his progressions well. I mean, Devontae's in one-on-one coverage almost 50, at least 50% of the time,
Yeah,
with their corners playing 15 to 20 yards off, and he's not seeing that.
yeah,
He's looking at one and then he's trying to scramble at the pocket. He's not getting the ball out quick enough. Those were inaccurate. Those are behind. He's just not there. Like it seemed like the whole entire game he was just a step behind. And I
yeah.
feel like besides towards the end of the season where I thought he played a little bit better, that was kind of the main theme throughout the year. And so I don't know. I'm not convinced yet. Does he have the chance to? I think if they put somebody in there that'll maybe bring a little more competition to him besides Minshew Magic, which yeah, yeah, ain't no magic there no more
Yeah.
to me. But I I don't think not for the future. But I mean
Um,
outside of that, the Eagles they got enough problems. That whole game was just disgusting to
yeah.
watch.
I believe I wouldn't say he's a quarterback for the future, but I would give him
Mhm.
another year or two,
No,
at
I
least,
would see it.
at least to see where he goes. Because I mean, you can't deny the fact they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
They made the playoffs. Even though it was by the skin of their teeth, they made the playoffs. So you can't deny the fact that he led them there. It's not like them boys were just
That's what I'm
two
saying.
two
Yeah,
and
you
it's not
give
like
him
they were two and
props.
15. You know what I mean? They still made the playoffs, and you just happened to play one of the teams that's honestly one of the Super Bowl favorites, and
Mm,
they have arguably the greatest player of all time in NFL history on their team. So it's just a tough draw for them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I agree with you in terms of Jalen Hurts. I think it's mechanical things and just little things in
Mm,
terms of just looking at his progressions. Like I posted something on TikTok. A lot of people were trying to come at me like, "Oh, you're in the what? Like you're not in the game. Like you're not an NFL quarterback. How do you know?" And there was literally a play where Quez like there was it was man to man,
mm,
two safeties up top, and he gets his shotgun, three-man rush, no pressure in the pocket, really even honestly. And Quez Watkins comes in the middle, and he hits an out route, and basically the safety on that side drops down to I believe Devontae Smith was on our side, and Quez Watkins like looking at this angle, you could watch it from behind. Quez Watkins is wide open for a touchdown. And Quez Watkins is fast. He's not a slow
mm.
receiver. That's something you could just throw it out there and lay it out for him. And he
Yep.
just missed a point blank wide. Instead of sitting in the pocket and trusting it, he decided to try and scramble and he didn't get anything from it. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
little things like that against the Bucks that you can't miss.
Can't.
That's a touchdown. Like you cannot miss touchdowns like that. I don't care if I'm not in the NFL. I don't care if I'm not getting paid whatever 20 mil a year to play in the NFL. If he's getting paid that much money in the NFL and I could see a wide open receiver same way he can see it, he should
Yeah.
be able to see it the same exact way. Because the camera angle that they showed was like as if you were behind Jalen Hurts. So if I can see that being a couch potato or whatever they want to call it, how can a $20 million quarterback or however much he's getting paid cannot see that?
That's fact.
A
Yeah.
lot of times people try to make excuses and no one, we're not trying to come for Jalen. It's just things that we see.
And
Same way me and you are talking here, if people want to critique us and what we're talking here, that's fine. The same way you guys see the same things, the same way that we see what we saw. Jalen Hurts, I think he's a good quarterback, but there's certain things that he has to improve on. If someone can literally come here and say that Jalen Hurts is a perfect quarterback and whatever, and he's this and that, and he
nah,
doesn't
nowhere
need
close.
anything to fix
I
it.
don't know. I hope nobody's saying that.
Clearly, you don't watch the Eagles. Clearly, you don't watch football.
I mean, I think the most unfortunate part about that too is that they even halftime down 17-0. I mean, there were 3 to 4 possessions prior to that where their defense got stops,
Yeah,
like 4 and out,
yeah,
like easy. So they were in
yeah.
perfect
And
position
yeah, and
to
there was another, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was at the end of the half. It was like 2nd and 10. I could say it was
yeah.
probably maybe like a minute left, and I don't know why he forces it to the end zone, throws an interception. You could have at least got
Well,
three.
first off, Devontae was wide. He was open way before that.
Yep.
But no, you don't force that. I also blame Devontae a little bit because you got to come back to the ball.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
can't just allow him to do that. Um,
For sure.
but yeah, you gotta, and that's what I'm saying. It's easy to kind of blame Jalen. But the defensive coordinator that game awful. Sirianni, I thought
Yeah.
was awful. There's no way you shouldn't be getting your star receiver the ball more.
Yep.
In a
That's
game
for
like
sure.
that. There's absolutely no way.
Because
And
it's
so,
like certain I mean, obviously Jalen. I'm not saying Jalen is nowhere on the level of Tom Brady,
mhm,
but like we were talking about before, it's just simple little things like progressions. And yeah, it's not all his fault. There's a lot of factors that go into that loss. But
yep.
guarantee you, most quarterbacks in the NFL are not missing a wide open guy down the middle. They're not missing that. They're just not. Like it's man to man. You
Not
typically want
consistently,
to,
at least.
at least not consistently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You may miss a couple of those, but not, especially in the magnitude of that game.
Can't.
Trust me, you're gonna live in the playbook. Come on, man to man. At least I know. Okay, I need to really look at my speedsters in this play. You know what I'm saying? Man to man,
Yeah.
especially 1-on-1. That's just common knowledge. You know what I'm trying to say? But I mean, it's a lot of factors that I believe go into it, and I do think he needs a year, one, maybe 2 more years. To kind of
I
see.
I'd give him 1 year, and I'd say bearing what it's looking like come mid-season time.
Yeah, yeah, I
And then
agree.
that's when I would kind of make that decision. Like,
I agree.
all right.
I agree. But to kind of obviously we had the Bengals. They won their game, first playoff win
Easy.
in a minute. But I knew the Bengals were legit, and then
Yeah. Easy
the
dub.
Chiefs did what they did.
All
I mean,
right.
I
We
knew
knew
that
that
game
too,
was
though.
I knew that game was done before it even started when Big Ben basically went up to the media and was just like, "We're not supposed to be
He said,
here." He
"Yo,
said,
I didn't know if it. I thought maybe for a second, hey yo, I thought it was like, all right, maybe he's trying to like trick them into thinking like,
he was done. He was
I
ready
think
to
he meant
retire.
that.
He's ready to retire. He's
I
ready
think
to
he meant
literally
that.
go. He's done. The man said he's like, what, there's 14 teams in the playoffs. He's
He
like, out
said
of
we
14
probably number
teams, we
14.
probably number 14. Like I
I
knew the
don't
game was
know.
done before he even started. But
I guess
kind of
I
moving
guess he's
forward
ready to
to
go.
this upcoming week, what is your, like, if we start doing some predictions, what's your prediction? Do you have the Titans Titans and Bengals? We'll start with that game. So who do you think is gonna come out victorious that game?
Ooh. Titans Bengals.
Derrick Henry's supposed to be back, by the way.
That definitely changes things. But I mean, we don't know what Derrick Henry's looking like. I feel like even at whatever he might be, 60, because they wouldn't just throw him in there if he was just like
Yeah,
50% or something. So he must
yeah,
be, considerably healthy. Even with that, I'm taking the Bengals.
I
I
agree.
am. I think they're a great team. I think they're a hot team, young team playing with confidence. I think Joey B is just locked in, all of them. And
I
so I
agree.
just got Yeah, I
Joey
got the
B,
Bengals.
that boy Joey B different. I ain't gonna lie, that boy was in
Bro
Louisiana for
about to
what?
make me grab a cigar.
That boy
I never even had one,
that boy's in
and I want
Louisiana
one.
for a year or two, and I'm not gonna lie, that boy different. That boy Joey B is a different animal, and I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna agree with you. I believe
Yeah.
the Bengals pulled through, no kizzy,
Hmm.
because I mean Derrick Henry's still gonna be Derrick Henry, but I don't know like what percent he's exactly at,
Exactly.
and especially being out for so long, I'm not expecting him to come out blazing. And I mean, I would assume they're probably going to put him on a limited snap count. I don't think it
Exactly.
would
Yeah.
just be this man's going to get 30 rushes. I wouldn't think they would do that right now. But I think Joey B comes out. The Bengals offense is just too electric, man. It's too
Too
electric.
explosive.
Their
Way too
defense is
explosive.
stepping up. And Joe Burrow looking like he back at LSU. Like he really looking at these dudes like, man, I'm back on my
Yeah.
LSU days. So I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if the Bengals make a little run, to be completely honest with you. I would not be surprised. And then that kind of past that brings us to the Bills and the Chiefs. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen. I want to see the Bills win that game. I want to.
I don't know what's
I'm
gonna
not.
happen that game. I don't know
That's a tough
because
one. It's a tough one.
it depends on what Bills we're getting. I feel like I know what type of the way that the Chiefs been playing these past couple games. Well, honestly, since they started 1-3
Mhm.
or 1-4, whatever it was, them boys have been playing lights out. I mean, they lost to the Bengals, but the Bengals are a good team. You know what I mean? It's not like they lost to some poo cheese. You know,
Right.
they lost to a good team. So I feel like I know what Chiefs team I'm getting. You know, still gonna be firepower, still gonna be electric. So I mean, them boys ran out of fireworks last game because they kept scoring too much.
Because they
Like
scored.
that's the type of electric them boys is.
Uh,
You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't. It just depends on what Bills team comes out because the Bills do, I believe, have, if I'm not mistaken, one of the top three defenses in the league. If not, I honestly think it's number one. To be honest with you, so I feel like I wouldn't say it's gonna be a defensive battle because the Chiefs' defense is a bit,
a little flaky. It's up. It's
but
up in the air. I don't know.
it's. I feel like it's gonna come to how explosive the Chiefs' offense is gonna be.
Mm,
Like it's really gonna be okay. We have what, maybe the number one offense in the league, and then y'all have the number one defense in the league, and it's really gonna come down to that because I don't have no faith in the Chiefs' defense. I'm sorry. I don't think their defense is even on par with the Bills.
yeah.
So I think the Bills are gonna be able to score. Not I wouldn't say relatively easy, but they're gonna be getting on the board a couple times. So it's really just about can the Bills defense stop Mahomes? That is
Exactly.
literally what it's gonna come down to.
And
So it's
I think
either
early they have to bring pressure early
yeah,
to Pat Mahomes and get him rattled. I mean
but
these
that's hard
last
to do. It's hard to
it's
bring
hard,
pressure
but
like that
towards
with such explosive receivers. Like you have
yeah.
Tyreek Hill. You can't like that's a team I really don't think you can play man to man. Like you really cannot play the man to
Mm,
man because you can't leave Tyreek on an island. You can't leave McCole Hardman on an island. You can't leave Will. Those are all. You can't leave Travis Kelsey on an island. Like Travis Kelsey to me is basically a receiver.
yep.
So in my eyes, it's hard to bring is to generate pressure. I do believe they should, get Mahomes a little rattle, but
You just can't let him especially towards like this end of the season. I feel like he's been in such a rhythm. The Chiefs
yeah,
offense has basically just gotten whatever they want type thing. They seem like
for
they're just
sure,
going down the field with ease, real methodical, like running screen passes, this, that, and the third. Everything is just kind of flowing with him. They have to rattle them early, and kind of get Mahomes back in that mindset of how he was playing, when everybody was talking about him in the beginning of the season, when he was trying to just make superstar plays, wasn't really
yeah,
going through his progressions, things like that. They have to try to do that
for sure.
early to get him out of that.
If I just had to just make a decision, I'll just go
You
Chiefs.
gonna go Chiefs? You gonna go Chiefs?
I'll go Chiefs
Uh,
by a field
Jeez.
goal.
Jeez. I listen. Hey, all I'm gonna say is y'all remember that pick of Stephon Diggs standing there after the Chiefs
Boy
beat
gonna
him,
be.
watching the
I
celebration.
respect that, but that boy gonna be standing there again.
Y'all,
That boy gonna
y'all
be.
remember that? I don't know what he gonna do. I'm just saying.
That boy gonna be
Hey,
sitting. He gonna be sitting down this time. No, I ain't gonna
yeah,
hold
nah,
you.
he said I'm not gonna stay in two years
And
in a row. Nah.
I ain't gonna hold you. And they at Arrowhead too. Yes, I'm. know,
Gonna
bro.
be tough.
I don't know, but moving forward past them. So now let's kind of talk a little bit about these NFC teams too. So we have Green Bay and the 49ers.
We know. Hey, we don't even
I
have.
don't even need to talk about that,
We
honestly.
know it. I don't care if
I
they
don't even
cranking.
need to talk about
Listen,
that.
I love Super Gremlin too. Shout out Dak. I don't care what they playing through that boombox.
Yeah, I
That's
ain't gonna lie. The
it's still
Packers gonna wax them.
gonna be a 30 piece. I don't
Packers
care.
gonna wax them.
I don't
So
care.
let's get to the interesting game.
I know the bird was fake.
The Rams,
Rams Bucks.
Bucks. Last time the Rams played the Bucks washed them. They
Hey, I'm not
literally
even
washed
going.
them. But I feel like this Bucks team is starting to figure it out. I mean, not Bucks
Hey,
team, Rams team. My fault.
I was finna say I'm not even gonna hold you. I got Rams all the way with this one.
I
Shout
think
out
the
my boy
Rams come
Matthew.
through. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean,
Especially
it's
with
hard.
I mean Tristan Wirfs is banged up. Um, their center he's hurt. Their I think it was their left
Yeah,
guard
it's like one of the backups to the starters.
to the starter. He's
like.
also hurt,
So it's
and
like gonna
he
be like
looked.
a
And
backup.
what I saw. I mean, of course, I mean the Eagles just boo boo cheeks, so they, what they did, what they did. But what I saw in that game is that they were the ability of the Eagles front four to bring pressure consistently to Tom and get sacks. And if you don't have Tristan Wirfs out there and your backup center is also, I mean, your backup left guard is hurt,
Your barbecue.
that line is going to eat that up all night. And then, and trust me, they're not going to play 15, 20 yards off, letting y'all go down the field like the Eagles let
Yeah,
them do.
you barbecue chips, man. You
Nah,
barbecue. That's literally what it is. They barbecue chips. I ain't gonna front.
I got
You
Rams.
got Aaron Donald, like you have, Jalen Ramsey back there. It's just too much. Like you have Vaughn Miller. Come on, man. And I feel like he's starting to catch his stride too. So
Mm.
I'm gonna go
He made
Rams. Look,
some
it's
good
hard. It's
plays
hard.
against the
It's hard
Steelers.
to
Yeah.
go. It's hard to bet against a
Cardinals.
67-year-old man. It's hard betting against this man, Thomas Eduardo Bradenton, whatever his name is. It's hard to bet against him, but I'm gonna have to go with the Rams. It's just
Yeah.
if their offense can keep clicking how it's been clicking, and their defense gets the stops and
Like, bro, they
turnovers.
spanked the
Yeah,
Cardinals and Cooper ain't even
yeah,
get
we didn't even
off.
talk about that game like that too. But the Cardinals have been on a decline since like D Hop got hurt. Them boys have. There have been some reports I was seeing that people saying, "Oh, they don't even think they're gonna give Kyler an extension. They think they're gonna make him
They need
work."
to relax like that. Like he wasn't on pace to
Cause
be
he
in the.
got hurt. He was hurt for a little
Yes,
bit. He was
let's
hurt for
not
a
act
little
like
bit.
he wasn't on pace to be one of the to
Yeah.
be easily a front
Yeah,
runner
we
for
thought he was
MVP
gonna
this
be
year.
MVP. We
Yeah,
thought he
so
was
let's
the way he was playing.
they stop with that.
It's hard when
But he
I
did look
mean you
atrocious.
don't
I'm not
have
gonna
D
lie.
Hop.
He just looked
But it's
so.
hard though when you don't like your receivers can't get open. What can you do? Like at that point, like
I tell you this, you don't fall down in the end zone and play hot potato with the ball and
bro, what?
just throw that joint. I said, why did
That
he
boy
do
was a
that?
fight. That boy couldn't even see. I don't even know how he be seeing like over his old line. Like I ain't gonna lie. That boy Kyler tough. Don't get me wrong. That boy tough, but
He is, but
no,
come on,
seriously, how
bro.
does Kyler Murray see over his old line? Like what does he see? Cause I know he's
Nothing,
like
apparently. Not much.
especially I know when they're back in the end zone. I'm just like, I know that
Oh,
dude don't see nothing. He don't see nothing. But I think once the Cardinals get their, receivers back in check, I feel like they'll be fine. Once they get D
yeah.
Hop back, that's gonna help. But for sure. So if we go back to our pick, so Rams Bucks. I got Rams, you got
Rams.
Rams. 49ers, Packers, no question. Bills, Chiefs. I'll
I'm gonna
go
take the Bills.
Chiefs.
I'm gonna take the
Yeah.
Bills on this one. I'll take the
And
Bills.
then Bengals and Titans.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
Bengals on that. So I mean, yeah, that's our predictions for this week. I feel like this is gonna be a very interesting week. I hope to not see a lot of blowouts. I actually want to see good games.
Hank,
And I think the
please,
games
please,
I think the games
please,
will be good besides the Packers
please. I don't want
49ers.
to
I
have to
mean,
turn that
I'm
joint off
sorry
in the third.
49ers fans. Like I'm sorry. If you guys do come out and put up a good game or
That's
even
facts.
win, I'm going to give it to y'all, but I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got no faith. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
but
I'm
keep
sorry.
running them streams up on Super
Yeah,
Grimmon though.
I ain't gonna
Big
lie. I'm
fan.
gonna be
I'm
honest.
gonna keep doing that.
Yeah, just play that. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all was hype coming out that tunnel though, but they
I'm gonna
got
get you
A
very
Rod.
far
They
this
got A
year.
Rod.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So ending it with our last segment. Now we're gonna, since the season's over, we're gonna talk about our NFL award predictions. We're gonna leave
Dun, dun, dun,
MVP for
dun.
last. So first one I want to start with is Offensive Player of the Year. My decision for the NFL Offensive Player of the Year, I feel like to me it's a no-brainer,
No brainer.
but I'm gonna go
I was about
Cooper
to
Cup.
think for a second. I was gonna say
I'm
first
gonna
in
go.
receiving yards,
Yeah,
first
I
in
don't. If
receiving
there's
tutties.
anyone else that is Offensive Player of the Year, the voting is rigged.
Hey, let Jonathan Taylor get that,
No,
and
there
and
is
I just
no
stopped.
like he
There's
had a
no
great year.
shots.
He had a great year, but Cooper Cup was on some demon time. Like he
Different.
was playing on rookie mode. Like that's the type of stats he was getting. Like this man was playing like he was in Road to Glory on some stuff. But nah, Cooper Cup, I believe Cooper Cup gets Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah,
No question.
easy.
Um so I'm gonna ask you, who do you believe is your defensive player of the year?
I can tell you it's not Trayvon Diggs. I don't care. Like I don't care
That's not
about
him.
I
That's
don't
not
care
him. I
about the
agree.
interceptions. It's not
I
Diggs.
agree. It's not him.
I don't know. I think it would be easy to give it. I wouldn't put it past I wouldn't put it past Miles too much. He would be like low key my like dark horse.
Yeah.
I think it would be easy to give it to Aaron this year again. But
Forgetting someone.
personally, I give it to TJ.
All right, I was about to say.
I give it to TJ.
I was about to say, man. I was about to say because
Nah,
TJ been
he's a
playing out of
dog,
his
bro.
mind. Nah, he been playing out of his mind. Like I'm about to like read out his stats like right now, and it's like he literally is. I think he has what? I think he broke the sack record if I'm not mistaken. If not 18 and a half, 19 stats,
Or tied
19 sacks.
the
Like
single season. Yeah,
it's really crazy though too though that Micah Parsons is even in this discussion as well. But he's had
he
a
had a
nut year. But
phenomenal
TJ
year.
Watt, TJ Watt got that wrapped. No, he got it wrapped up. I remember, yeah, at first people were saying Trayvon Diggs, but
Yeah.
if Trayvon Diggs I feel like if he didn't allow so many touchdowns, not touchdown, but more, all the yards he's given up, I think that kind of hurt his case
Hey,
a lot, you know.
yeah.
But because it's hard, like imagine not giving a cornerback or even like he's not even in I'm pretty sure he's not even in the top three. Imagine not giving a cornerback like or at least putting him in the top three for having 11 picks in the season. Like
Yeah.
that's nuts. I remember when what's his name, Xavier Howard, pretty sure he had like 10. Like I remember he was like they were legit thinking about giving it to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was locking up though. Xavier Howard was locking up. He wasn't on some like bait and stuff. Like his picks were like some difficult picks. Like it was on some nut stuff. But moving forward, let's kind of talk about offensive rookie of the year. To me, that's a no-brainer, especially after how
So
his last 2 weeks went. But not talking about the playoffs, but his last 2 regular season.
Jamar.
Jamar Chase.
Easy.
Jamar Chase is the offensive rookie of the year. It's not Mackie Jones. I'm sorry.
Uh,
McClavin, whatever his name is, he is not winning no offensive rookie. I am sorry. I am sorry. The fact that we was even thinking about, like they were saying he was winning for a little bit, like no. I'm sorry.
Relax.
Jamar Chase
Relax.
is playing out of his mind. Okay,
Relax.
Jamar Chase, Jimbo Chase, Jelly Bean Chase, whatever his name is, Jehovah Witness Chase. I don't know.
You got that.
Whatever he is, he winning it.
You got that.
It's not McDonald's Jones. I'm sorry, you're not winning that. I apologize.
You got that.
But and then now defensive rookie of the year, no question to me. I feel like is there anyone else? I don't even know it.
Who else?
Yeah, I mean, maybe people talk about some Patrick Surtain, and I'm sorry.
Relax, no.
Micah Parsons, because he's honestly he was really even being considered for like
early
defensive
season,
player of the year. Like, and I'm pretty sure he's in the voting for that. But Micah Parsons is running away defensive rookie of the year. He's running away with it, no question. And our last two, comeback player of the year. So
Now that's a little
I'm putting
tougher.
it between Joe Burrow and Dak Prescott.
Has to be.
I feel like I gotta go Joe. It's hard though. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard though.
It
Cause like,
is.
cause Dak did have a gruesome.
He had a listen. I didn't think he would come back like that. I'll be honest. Um,
That's hard. I'm gonna go
I don't
Joe.
know.
I'm gonna go Joe. I'm gonna go Joe. I
I
wanna.
would I would probably go Joe. And it's kind of it's crazy because they're both like such similar situations,
Yeah.
not in terms of their injury, but just coming back and having like if one team had a little bit less of like a better receiving core or something like that, but this they're both so similar. Both have
I just feel like I'm gonna give it to Joe because of the fact the Cowboys
well
like
one they
during
still going.
during the
Yeah.
reason. I mean, obviously it's a regular season award, so I'm not gonna
Hmm.
try to put in
Yeah.
the playoffs. But bro, the Bengals have been relatively bad for the past
Forever.
couple years,
Yeah.
like for a long time. Like they've been bad. So to be able to win your division,
Mm,
make the playoffs, like after what they went like 4-12 last year, because the Cowboys were always like they weren't like bad, they weren't
yeah.
like bad, but they
They just
weren't
always
great.
been mid.
You
Like,
know, they always been in the mix. So it's kind of like the Cowboys thing wasn't about, oh, are we gonna make the playoffs like that? It
yeah.
was just, oh, are we gonna like make it past the first round? The Bengals ain't even. It wasn't even about no playoffs. Them boys didn't even know them boys were gonna make the playoffs. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm.
So that's why I'm gonna give it to Joe because I feel like what he did with the Bengals is it's honestly remarkable, to be honest. So I'm gonna go Joe.
I'll probably
Um,
go Joe too. Yeah.
and our final award, the most valuable player. Me, I feel like I got my most valuable player locked up. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying Tom Brady didn't have a great season. I thought Tom Brady had a phenomenal season. I really think he did. But me, I believe that Aaron Rodgers is.
Has
I
to
mean,
be.
but look, think
It
about it.
has it has to be, bro.
The
It
one
has to be.
seed, you know, if I'm not, I don't think he had like 33 picks, 33 touchdowns, 4 picks, something
Four
like that.
picks, bro. That's
So like,
crazy. And let's not forget. And I
and he
love
missed the
hey,
game.
yes. And I love Tom, but let's not act like he wasn't stat padding a little bit at the end of some of them games,
Yeah,
especially early in the season.
yeah.
You know, yeah,
Aaron
let's
Rodgers,
let's not
no
act like
question.
that.
Aaron Rodgers, no question. But
Double check.
you putting on your championship belt?
You're right. That's
Looks a little
told the
tight.
Bears. Told the Bears I own you. I own this place.
I feel like he own everybody. Finna own finna own the 49ers this week. But nah, yeah, that's kind of our last topic for today. We're gonna have another episode coming next week. This will probably be an NBA only episode. But
Mm.
nah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Always the support is honestly great. You know, 1 view, 2 views, whatever views it is, we appreciate all the support. As always, thank y'all for tuning in. You see
Yeah,
Despicable Me over there. That boy, oh
yeah.
my
I know
god.
y'all rock with this. Don't act like you don't.
Why he look like that? That boy looks scary. But I appreciate y'all tuning in for sure. Obviously, like, subscribe, follow, man. Drop some ideas, whatever it is. Oh, and Will been saying this. We need a tune, man. If y'all make some beats,
Can
drop
we
us
get
some
something?
tunes, man. Drop some
A
tunes in here,
jingles, a
man.
intro song,
For
something,
real,
y'all.
like
Help
someone,
us.
like,
Help
hey,
us.
someone drop a tune or something. You know,
Please.
I'm finna post this on TikTok, whatever on TikTok. I know
If
there's a
you
lot of
know, if
y'all.
you hey, if you know
Hey, look,
baby,
I know we not famous yet. I know we not big time yet, but
you
dang,
know
y'all can drop a
Gunna.
little something.
Can we get something?
Pushing P, y'all push P, man. Pushing P. If y'all pushing P for real,
We don't know what that
I
means.
don't know, but if y'all pushing P
We
for
don't know
real,
what that means.
if y'all pushing P for real, y'all gonna tune in, like, subscribe,
We don't know
comment.
what that means.
If y'all don't do that, y'all not pushing P for real, man. This is
We
one of
don't
the
know what
best
that
sports interview places, sports content you gonna find. What you mean you don't know what it mean?
We don't know. I'm
It's
just saying
clearly,
we
look,
know.
pushing P is
We don't
easy, man.
know.
Look, man.
I know. I know.
I know
I
what
get
pushing
it.
P
We
mean.
don't know.
I know
know,
what
but
pushing P mean.
what does it mean?
You pushing P, man. So
I
that means,
know. Sad. We don't know.
look,
We don't
just
know.
know that it means that you pushing P.
We don't know.
If y'all pushing P, Y'all gonna
I
like,
know y'all
subscribe,
finna say I'm not P.
support it.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm
I don't
P.
know how to respond to that.
I'm
If you
P.
if you say, "Oh, he must not be P," I don't know what
You
that.
not P, bro. He not P, y'all.
That's what they
Hey,
gonna say.
drop
He
in the
not
comments if
P.
this man
What is
P.
that?
Hey, we out though. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
You not
Pushing
F.
P,
You not
pushing P.
Q.
We out.